Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and this is going to be my response to the sci-fi horror tag from Broncojuggalo Talks Movies. I'll leave his link in the description box below, and I was actually tagged by Joe, the Horror Man, and I'll leave his link in the description box below as well. But let's go ahead and get started. Question number 1. My favorite sci-fi horror monster or killer? Well, that's easy for me. That would be Hector from Saturn III. While I feel the movie is a little bit dated now, I've always liked the killer in this. The robot is designed, um, it's just a really cool design, and it creeped me out when I was a little kid. But, I really, this is definitely one of my favorite sci fi horror films of all time, even though it's a little bit dated. But, question number 2. What is your favorite sci fi horror movie? 1979's Alien. I mean, I don't know what to say about this that hasn't been said before. It's just a great film. Um, the overall cast is, it has a stellar cast, and I've always found it a bit claustrophobic with the spaceship and all that. I don't know, it's just that it seems like it's a really tight ship, and it always made me feel claustrophobic. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But that is the answer to question 2. Question number 3. What is the worst sci-fi horror film? Well, I had two for this. Excuse me. I was originally going to pick Contamination. That's definitely not one of my favorite films. I'm probably going to be revisiting it soon because I don't know, it just surprised me that I didn't like it. But I ended up going with Leprechaun in Space. Now, I do like all of the films in this franchise, um, and I know I'm in the minority when I say that I even like Leprechaun Origins, but Leprechaun 4 is probably my least favorite of the series. It is goofy, and while I can get through it, it is definitely the worst one for me. Definitely not a favorite. But question number 4. What is your favorite death in a sci-fi horror film? That one's easy. I've talked about this one before. It is the liquid nitrogen scene from Jason X. Such a cool death. Definitely one of my favorites ever, but also a favorite of this franchise. Yeah, makeup is really cool and it's very creative, I think. Question number 5. What is your favorite sci-fi horror weapon or tool? I have to go with Resident Evil on this one, and it would be the crisscross lasers that were I guess that was a security measure, but it cut them up into little pieces. I thought that was really cool. So, question number 6. What is your favorite non-sci-fi horror franchise that features a sci-fi horror film? The Friday the 13th franchise. This is my favorite franchise of all. Um, if you watch my channel, I did a second chance cinema for Jason Goes to Hell, and it was one of my least favorite movies of all time, but I definitely liked it better when I watched it. So overall, with the addition of Jason X, which is it's an awesome addition to the franchise in my opinion. The Friday the 13th franchise will always be probably my favorite. So, question number 7. What is your favorite sci-fi horror franchise? That would be the Alien franchise. I have all of these films. I consider Prometheus a part of the franchise. I also consider the Alien vs. Predator movies part of the franchise as well. But this is, I like all the films in this franchise, even Alien Resurrection. And, it's just, as far as sci-fi goes, I probably watch these more than anything else. So, question number 8. Which non-sci-fi horror character would I like to see shot into space? Now, I did answer that recently on another tag, and I said Freddy. My thought process behind that is, when you're in space, you still have to sleep and dream, so he can still get you up there in space. So I think he would be a good one. I still stand by that. But I wanted to give a different answer and shake it up a little bit. So I picked the Djinn from Wishmaster because why not? I don't know. I just think it would be fun. And the third and fourth one aren't exactly my favorites. So I don't see how I could do a lot of harm to the franchise, I guess. I mean, maybe that's not a nice answer, but I don't know. But the Djinn, I'll pick the Djinn for this one. So, but that is my answers to the sci-fi horror tag. Definitely interested in your thoughts. Comment down below. If you like what you hear or see, hit that like button and subscribe. But until next time, peace. Oh, before I leave you, I wanted to tag Nick, the Last Shoegazer, and I'll leave his link down in the description box below. So until next time, this time, peace.